Okay, I think we are live. Believe it or not, I believe we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Conception. I'm here to showcase one of the greatest games of all time, which is Bugsnax. Definitely the game of the year 2020. And I am joined by an excellent, wonderful, beautiful commentator. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Limy. I like this game a lot, and I speedrun it sometimes, believe it or not.
That's huge if that's true, for sure. I think it's time we get started. Yeah, so we're doing the all bosses run here, all bosses base game specifically. So I'm gonna be beating the game as fast as I can while also doing everything I need to do to unlock the 4 main boss fights in the game and then defeating said bosses. Before we do, I wanted to do a last minute check here. We did have an incentive for the color of the journalist, which is our main character, between orange, yellow, green, and black. Did anybody happen to donate to that I could choose a specific color? Else I'll give Lemmy the choice here. Let's see, I'll do a quick check here.
Do not let me cook, because I already know my answer.
Yeah, I know. I probably know your answer too. I'm just checking. Let's see. Let me just give one little check here. Nope. What is it? Speedgaming, right? Last I had checked, we didn't have any donos on that yet, so no worries if that's the case. Going to incentives, and let's see, what do we get? What do we get? Friday. Yep, does not look like, at least from the tracker online, that anyone has donated to us. So let me give me the color.
Okay, so I want you to run on file 1, but when the game starts, I want you to go to the periwinkle color.
Okay, that wasn't even one of the color options for the bid war, but
exactly.
I'll do it for you.
I'm the real winner.
I'll do it for you. Okay, so time is going to time's starting as a little weird here. I'm just going to give as much of a countdown as I can here. Kind of starts as the cutscene loads in. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good. That was
pretty good. All right, so I gotta change my color, right? Game.
Yeah, change it.
Is it? I think it's this one, right? Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
You got it. Okay.
I lost like 5 seconds for you off the top. So
good, another 3 minutes or so just from having to save on doing Philba's quest, who is our good friend, who is the aforementioned mayor. I guess not really aforementioned. We skipped those cutscenes, so you guys don't really know.
yeah, you wouldn't know that he's the mayor, but he is the mayor as of right now.
And immediately off the bat, going into this unskippable area, we're going to be doing a cool trick.
We're gonna try it.
Yeah, where hopefully Conception goes fast enough to line himself up on this cycle where he can place down the snack trap and stand on top of it and literally gets it. I told you, it's that easy.
First try.
We can get the fighter for a quest later on. And he got a couple of snacks just for this quest. He's about to turn all of them in for right now, but just collecting them super quickly. Because he just knows what he needs already. He doesn't have to wait for the quest to be able to get all the ones that he needs.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a kind of a common theme for us, is I'm gonna kind of catch everything I can and then kind of mass turn in the quests that I need to do all at once. And we're gonna do that quite a bit.
But if you can get them all woozy and vulnerable,
we basically just did 4 quests in a row, I think. Putting the bunger in the corral, and then these 3 quests where we do the Frieder, the 2 Shishka bugs, and then the other bunger. We're not even supposed to be able to do that bunger quest yet. We're supposed to wait until we get the net from Wambus. But if you are able to somehow stun the bungers, you can actually just catch them with a regular trap as well. So we were able to do that pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of different categories in this game. You know, it's a game. Of course, there's gonna be a bunch of categories, but every single category does this area exactly the same. So even though there's a bunch of different variation between all the different categories, this is like one section you have to be pretty good at if you're gonna like try and get pretty good at this game, just because it's so universal. Yeah,
weirdly enough, there's a lot of different strats and variances too that you can do here. So you want, just like Lemmy said, and it's not, by the way, it's not by choice that we have to do it the same way. For some reason, it's one of the only areas in the game where you can get out of bounds, but the no loading zones activate until you do the quest. It's like the only area in the game that does that. I don't know why. So we have to do all of the quests like that, but it's about to get off the rails again pretty quickly here.
Yeah, so like Conception mentioned originally, like in the very first 10 seconds of the run, we are a journalist. We do have to do our job as a journalist occasionally. We don't have to finish it. We just have to do it. You know, we're getting paid to go to Snackdude Island. So we are going to be doing a couple interviews for quests, and this is just a tutorial interview. It's like the easiest one that you have to do. Just click on like the 3 different options you do, finish it, and then immediately we're going to be going into a silly little skip right after this interview. Where he's going to be jumping on some of these rocks outside and then skipping to an area in like the next sphere of like areas that you're able to unlock. If you're familiar with like Zelda randomizer, where there's like spheres of Treks, we just kind of like skipped the first like 20 minutes of the game, first like hour of the game casually.
Yes, and, definitely.
Now we're gonna be doing that again, but like to a higher caliber and
even more time, I would say.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump.
Exact same thing, like a little slower, but like a lot easier.
All right, now we're in Sizzling Sands, one of my nemesis of runs past. See how clean we can get this here. We're gonna be doing a lot of different things right in a row. A lot of catching Bugsnax, flinging Bugsnax. We're gonna be doing things that we don't normally have to. Excuse me, we don't normally have to do. Come here. None of that. None of that. Come on. There you go. We're gonna be catching a Buffalocust here, which is a Bugsnax. You don't have to catch it for mandatory in the to progress the story, but we will need it for a quest that is required to unlock one of the bosses. So we're gonna be doing that. First, I'm going to launch this guy to unlock that. Then I'm gonna fling some sauce this way. I don't know where the Buffalocust is at the moment, actually. It's over there. All right, that's fine.
I was about to say, he's almost above your head.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have the Buffalocust break that egg first before anything. I actually should have hit it with sauce earlier, but that's fine. So that's gonna take a second. I'm gonna need him to get back up in the air so I could fling him to the lake, so I can extinguish him, so I can catch him. Any questions? All right, so we're gonna throw some sauce here.
This area is terrible for like just having to like deal with luck. It's like,
oh boy,
so
I forgot to grab the thing first.
If you have time, you're fine.
Oh yes, I'm the goat. I am the goat. That was so fast. I can't believe I was able to even execute that fast. Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was very precise. I honestly didn't think it was gonna work, but I wanted to inspire hope.
That was actually incredible. Oh wow. All right, so now we have to lead this Razzby through the maze, which is usually pretty annoying actually. But we're gonna make it slightly less annoying because I'm gonna catch these Enchiritos because I'll need them for a quest later. Anyway, oh, he ran back. That's fine. Wow.
Catching the Enchiritos here isn't like slower per se, but it makes the whole thing a lot safer. But it is faster if you don't catch them, and you can get different Bugsnax of like the variety that you need for the quest that you use these for in other places that would technically be faster, but it's just faster to do this because if the Black Razzby doesn't have to like walk away and hide for a bit, like that's always a win.
Yes, that is the ideal. You want to basically, if at all possible, you want to keep the Black Razzby moving towards this end goal at all times without stopping. A lot easier said than done, to be honest. Because this Black Razzby has a mind of its own, certainly. But this was pretty good, except it didn't go on the launcher, so that's interesting. There we go. Make sure the ball doesn't interfere. It could also be a little, oh, I forgot to get the cheese. It could also be a little buggy here as to whether that quest completes or not, and that was a little nefarious, so I hope it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. It looks good.
All right, everything else seems to be going fine. Sometimes the contests can be a little annoying too. No, dude, come on.
I'm a liar.
Come on, where is it? Why, where
Where
is
did it go?
Yeah. Did it fall back down or something? I want to see if I could salvage this without having to take it all the way back through, but it seems unlikely. There we go. Clearly you're out of the ruins. I just found you, so. All right, I'll reload the save. Unfortunate. That wastes a lot of time because we have to do that whole maze thing again. At least we don't have to unlock everything and get it going, but we're gonna have to launch them all the way back up. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit buggy there. I can't, anytime I have to like double back like that, where, you know, he passed by the launcher and then I have to kind of make him walk backwards to it. I think that's kind of what maybe does it and messes it up a little bit. I don't know. That's just a theory.
Yeah, it's really weird. I haven't been able to figure out anything that like makes this work, but it works most of the time, so. Yeah.
It happens infrequently enough that it's not usually an issue. But of course, in a marathon, it's going to be an issue. Why wouldn't it be?
Also, one small thing that is going to be a little bit different between like different runs of the game is Conception's playing on PS5, which means he has to use a controller, kind of obviously. You can mash way faster on mouse and keyboard just because in the game you could bind like advancing text to the scroll wheel. So a lot of the like different cycles are actually going to be a tiny bit faster, so you're going to be on like different cycles depending on how fast you mash it. Like mashing actually matters on the PS5 version, since because you have to manually mash and you have to make sure you're on the right cycle for a lot of like these areas.
Yep, there's a lot of little intricacies between console and PC that make PC ever so slightly more optimal, but not so much so that console runs aren't competitive, which is what I enjoy. So
yeah, they're all competitive with each other. Ideal and perfect and fine.
Yeah, where you know, a lot of the main categories like 100%. Ooh, I actually ran out of cheese. What we're gonna do? That's not good. I have to reload the save actually. Wow, it's being bungered, if you will. All right, do I have enough sauce to make this happen? Let's see. 1. Oh, I can get more sauce actually. 2. No, get back here.
Oh yeah, one small like time save that Conception is doing is he's using the grappler to grab sauce just because it's a little faster. It grabs all 5 at the same time instead of having to manually like grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every time.
Let's see if that go my way. At least make that part a little easier for me. Thank you, appreciate it. And you'll see me do that with Bugsnax a lot too.
You
Yeah.
are the luckiest person of all time.
Yeah. Come on. You know you want to hit me. Thank you. All right. You'll notice in the bottom left here as well, that's my Bugsnax inventory. That can actually be upgraded when you play the game normally. However, I'm not playing the game normally. The way that it is upgraded in the story is by donating snacks to Gramble's barn, which requires you to catch them, then donate them, and then catch them, and then donate them, and then, you know, so on and so forth. It takes a lot of time. So part of what this run ends up being as well is a little bit of inventory management. That's why I knew at that point my inventory was full. I cannot possibly catch another Bugsnax before turning in other ones. So that is where we're at now. Nope, that one. There we go.
No matter the end,
All right. And then I have to grab one last clue before I can do a little fast traveling. This game has fast travel.
Just a little bit of fast travel.
Just a little. And we have to do it in kind of a weird way, to be honest. We can't fast travel directly to where I need to go, actually. So as we kind of talked about up top, we go out of bounds relatively quickly. The game is actually very confused right now. If I fast traveled right back to the hub world, it would be... it would take me back to that state of the game near the very beginning. But if I go back to this area and walk as if I was going there, it is a lot faster. And it also loads in everything that I should have done there, but I had not done yet. So now there's all these Grumpuses have returned, even though I haven't met most of them. So game is quite confused.
Yeah, and in between different like spheres of the game, there's like these parties that you have to do that are basically just like multi-minute, like unskippable, like interactive cutscenes. And getting to that point in the game and then returning, you don't have to do any of them. Well, there's 3 that you don't have to do, and then to get to the very end of the game, there's 1 more that you have to do, but we have a skip for that, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of this category is it skips a lot of the unskippable stuff, which is really, really good. Plus, it gets to use glitches. Plus, we get to fight big Bugsnax. I mean, it's kind of ideal. It's kind of the best speed run.
It has all the substance of like no major glitches or like 100% without like being nearly as long as like 100%, and it still like has like all the tricks, and it's super cool, and you don't have to do any of the parties.
Yeah. None of the parties, and very few things that are not really, you know, full of action. Unfortunately, this is one of the segments that is not particularly full of action. What is his name? Snorpy, could not think of his name. Who is this Grumpus I'm talking to right now? He holds one of the quest lines that I need to unlock one of the boss fights. But that last quest of his will not unlock unless I progress one of the in-game story beats far enough. So I have to do a few things, like do a bunch of these interviews to get very specific clues in order to progress the story enough that I can unlock that boss fight.
Yeah, it's just managing a lot of like where you are, different quests with different Grumpuses.
Also, that has never happened before. For some reason, Triffany is almost always right here when I find her, but she was like where I left her with Wambus, which I've never seen before.
Yeah, that doesn't happen frequently.
That is interesting.
You betcha.
Ooh, and this is also Mash City. Because I am playing on console, I'm just mashing for my life here. It's a lot of mashing, so my arm is quite a bit tired, but we're doing good.
Yeah, Conception's actually super ripped. I don't know if you see it on the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know this was one of those comedy marathons.
No, this is 100% serious. No jokes allowed. Only serious speed gaming right now. Yes,
exactly. Speaking of, I believe we do have an open incentive for at the end of the run. If we want to talk a little bit about that, as well as kind of what the base game versus the DLC means as well.
Yeah, so in this game, there's actually DLC, and everyone gets it free with their game. It's crazy. And once you get far enough in the story and progress enough quests, you can go to Isle of Bugsnax, which is not a typo, believe it or not. Where you can explore this like massive island with all these huge Bugsnax, and there's a boss at the very end of it. And we don't do it in this run because if we did it in this run, it would be double the length, and I'm not even kidding. Like actually, like double the length.
Yeah, adding one extra boss makes it. Yeah, this run with an hour estimate would probably be like an hour 45 or so, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
With that extra addition, because it adds a lot of side quests. It adds the whole island, and then the boss fight itself, which is the longest boss fight of all of them. So interesting to say the least. All right, so we're gonna just make a quick stop to grab 3 out of those 4 pieces right there. And then we're heading back to Snacksburg. The reason why I decided to do that then is because sometimes quests, specific quests or side quests will not trigger unless you load out of the area and then load back into it. So I needed to do that at some point anyway, and I also needed these Bugsnax at some point anyway, so I decided that that would probably be a good time for it. And we're also going to knock out one more interview while we're over here with the fan favorite Chandler.
I love this guy, and also one of his quests. Hopefully, is that how it's routed for you?
No, I'm not going to do any of his quests just yet. I do the interview because it warps me ever so slightly closer to Cromdo, and it lets me dodge a few cutscenes. And then now I head on over to Matza, our first boss fight. Believe it or not.
I didn't realize you did all that already. I was like watching you. I like know you did it, but I didn't realize you did it already.
I hope I did. Otherwise, I don't know how I got here. You know. But yeah, so as I talked about before, inventory management, right? So right now, as you can see, I have 5 out of 6 Bugsnax. That is exactly fine because I needed 1 empty slot so that I could catch the legendary Bugsnax at the end and turn it in. And I don't need to catch any other Bugsnax as a smaller part of this boss fight or anything. So we're hanging out. Yeah, so all bosses, this is the base game, so we knock out 4 legendary Bugsnax as they're referred to in the game. This is going to be the first one, Moth's Supreme, who is a giant pizza moth. And it's one of the more annoying fights because a lot of it is not in our control, as it turns out.
It's in your control if you use your brainwaves or not.
Oh, okay.
But
so I guess the problem was I wasn't
controlling the capacitors in your PS5 to manipulate your luck, so I don't know if it's totally in your control, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I was gonna say, I guess I wasn't using my brain enough in past speedruns, but
I'm simply just a 100% of my brain user.
Yeah, wow. I'm jealous. I wish I could do that.
Reality with my mind.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so good at all the bosses.
Yeah, you are. The boss fights themselves tend to be a little bit, there's a little gimmickiness to pretty much all of them. Some of the gimmickiness is in our control, some of it isn't. You know how it goes. This one is largely out of our control. One thing that is in my control that I've started doing recently, and I don't even know if I've told Lemmy about this strat before. So you get launched right here, and depending on where you place this first original Bombino, which is kind of like a pizza roll. Oh, whoops, I forgot what stage I was on. Pizza roll Bugsnax. That's the only one that starts out extinguished. So I tend to go for that one first because the other ones are on fire. If I waited for them, then I'd have to wait until, you know, Masa kind of extinguishes one of them. So it takes ever so slightly longer. I'm actually just gonna take one of these closer ones. It's probably better. All right, there we go.
Sometimes that doesn't work for me, but I have been doing that.
Yeah. Let's see, can I get it? Nah, you know what? Because that landed off, I'm just gonna wait for the rotation. There we go. We have to hit Masa 3 times, and that is 2 already, but the 3rd hit is the one that is super annoying, so we'll see how it goes.
It's the worst hit out of all of them.
Yes, by a wide margin. All right, so because as you can see what we were doing, we were launching Bombinos at Masa to stun him, and then once we stun him, we can use the pizza cutters on the ground to knock him down to size. The 3rd wave, oh, really good. The 3rd wave,
really good. That was a good throw.
Yeah, the third wave you can't do that because there's a giant cyclone blocking your way. So you have to depend on throwing a Bombino into a cyclone and kind of hoping it hits, which is easier said than done. But we got pretty good luck. That was a pretty good fight, to be honest.
You're a hand speeder? Oh, I guess it's slower for you because you're on controller. Never mind.
Yeah, that is, unfortunately true.
I'm a foot feeder.
Yeah. I just do whatever it is first, so I don't have to move my cursor. We're taking one small pit stop here to grab a bug snack we will need for a quest. All right, and then we're gonna make our way back to Snacksburg here. So that is one boss fight down.
Yeah, it's actually interesting the way, like the difference between my routing and Conception's routing, just because I personally don't do Mazda until my third fight. It's not even like slower or anything. It's just what I prefer doing.
Yeah, I mean all of them are set up the same way. Basically, it's like they're surrounded by you. All boss fights are locked behind some kind of side quest line, so it doesn't really matter what order you do them. It's just about doing them. So I just do them in this specific order. Lemmy does them in a different order, and we all get there in the end. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're gonna slay this, by the way. You're gonna slay.
No, I missed one.
Ooh, never mind.
Yeah, it's not good. This is my least favorite. How did that not count? Come on. This is my least favorite mini game in the game.
I love this mini game.
Well, at least one of us does. That was way too early. What am I doing?
More weight.
You're setting the time
That was
so
way
low.
too
I don't
early
think
again.
anymore.
I don't know what about my brain this doesn't work for. I don't get it. My brain just cannot
I tried doing that on
fathom.
controller once. It is really hard on controller.
For some reason, my brain cannot fathom this mini game. I don't know why.
Yeah, give me a keyboard and a mouse though. It's over.
I can vouch for that, to be honest. All right, so just like that, by the way, we're already into our second boss fight, Mama Melon. There's a little bit of a preamble here where we have to, we're gonna do a quick jump and get there super fast, but Chanlo has got to take his time to walk all the way up here, going around through the waterfall. What's that?
Get the snack pod right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. All right, I don't need, well, I'm not gonna actually pick it up because then that would mess up my inventory, but I could get it right now if I wanted to. It's right there. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do. It's fine, it's fine. We'll just drop it
It's
later.
actually really funny, even though we're here early and like waiting on Chandler to get here. It doesn't matter that we're here early.
Nope.
Like we're just waiting on him.
Yep.
Like we can't even start the fight or anything. Like you can just like walk inside of a melon if you want to.
Yeah, I've never, there's a trick that I'm not sure is still in the game, and even if it is, I've never been able to do it, but I grabbed this pillar, and basically if you're somehow able to worm the pillar over to Mama Melon, it can count as a hit, but they might have also patched that out. The only time I saw it was like near when the game first launched.
I don't even know that was in the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it seems like it's pretty much impossible to get the pillar over there anymore, so it's like they put an invisible wall there or something.
Yeah, I was like, what's this new tech that you're doing? You're not even talking about it.
No new tech. I always try it for fun, but I've never been able to succeed at it. So, okay, so we're doing this in a wave of 3 hits, but you don't want to do all 3 hits super duper right away. If you actually do them too fast, Mama Melon will go at it at such a poor angle that the pillar can't hit her. So you gotta wait for her to kind of bounce back a little bit towards the middle. That didn't count. See, if you do things a little too fast, then you'll have to wait even longer. So kind of unfortunate, but we're gonna try it again here. Okay, that counted.
Yeah, and then we walk into her.
Yeah.
So Channel is like, bro, I got this. It's cool. I got this, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, over here!
Yeah. So this is actually. Yeah. Watch this. He's got your baby ball.
Oh, he wasn't stuck on the wall for like a minute.
Yeah. That happens a lot with that part for some reason. You know what? I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Get rid of that at the same time. That's genius.
That's why Conception's my go. Honestly.
All right, so that's good. That's 2 bosses down. Believe it or not, 2 out of 4. We're already there. So we're gonna get set up for boss number 3 here, which is through our good pal Wiggle. Wiggle is Wiggle is pretty cool. Actually, you know, I'm gonna knock this out while I'm here too. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really a way to skip this part in this category because you have to go to Wiggle's house, and Philbo is always here when you get him there. So it's just better to go through it and get it out of the way. All right, so one last interview. Actually, no, I think we do one more maybe. Well, there's the end game interview for sure.
More.
Yeah.
You have to do one more.
Yeah, but not too many other interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do one. Okay.
I know if you don't
That took me so long.
me, go and
I'm
see
so
for
sorry.
yourself.
It's one official one and one kind of like not so official one if we count Eggabell.
If it's
All right, so we're gonna turn in a bunch of Wiggle quests right here. We're gonna turn in the 2 centipedes that we have.
I've accidentally fed
The white Cheepoof here. Yeah.
and it made me so sad because it's just like a free like half minute.
Yeah.
Losing.
At least because you have to go catch another one.
Yeah, you have to catch another one. If you do that slow, it's over.
All right, cool. So, and then we're going to take a little walk. This is kind of an out of the way walk, but I'm also doing it to dodge a cutscene. So we're gonna go into Sugar Pine Woods, which is an area that we have not been in yet, and we won't really spend any time in, to be honest. We just need it to pass through. Yeah, it used to soft lock here. Luckily enough, I believe that was patched when the new update dropped. But we're going to just do a little hop here, and this is just basically so we can get into the last biome of the game that we need.
Oh, I'm so spoiled by this being like open.
Mm-hmm.
Just because whenever we do co-op, I always like struggle with doing like early peak.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. Okay, so we need to catch 3 Bugsnax here that we're gonna need for a quest. I'm gonna get, it can actually be any 3 of a specific 6 Bugsnax, but I'm gonna catch the 3 fastest that are appropriate for the nighttime. If it were daytime, I would actually be doing something different. But because it's nighttime, I'm gonna catch a very specific set of Bugsnax here. So I got the Mount Sodi. Yeah, slightly different than I've done in other categories. So Mount Sodi here, and then I'm actually going to run all the way up, and we're going to do a combo move here. Where we're going to hop in here, we're going to get that Stoodler's path, thank you. We're going to launch that Stoodler at the Chili Nilly. Wapa. The fire extinguishes the cold, but also puts out the fire, so I can get both, like that. And then we jump down and probably beat Eggabell or come close. Hello. We needed to let her walk here anyway, so that is the ideal scenario for us, basically.
Yeah, doing that combo move isn't even that much lower, but compared to like having to go to like sleep and then change the time and then go all the way up again, like it's a bit faster.
Plus, we would catch a different Bugsnax that requires peanut butter in the daytime, which I now don't have to grab at all on this run, so I won't be worried about peanut butter. I'm gonna reload the save here, which is a strat I used to use a lot when I didn't have fast travel. That was added in with the new DLC, but since the DLC is added now and I can fast travel, I don't need to worry about it too much. But I'm using it once and only once, so I reload the area so I can catch the Scoopy Banoopy really fast because it's right near where I need to go if I reload. And then, there we go. We can move to Snacksburg. So this is all just getting set up for the remaining 2 boss fights pretty much. Fortunately, I'm going to get a black screen here. That was something that was added with the DLC as well. So the DLC adds the ability for us to have like a house and the ability to customize said house, which is really cool from a casual perspective. But every time that you finish a quest line now, it takes you to your house as opposed to just keeping you where you are. So that does extend things a little bit, but it's worth it because I get to fast travel. So
It's also really bad because of like it adds mail. You didn't have a mailbox before, now there's mail.
yeah, adds a couple cutscenes. Yeah, adds a couple cutscenes for sure.
It's a couple hours to your run.
Yeah. Cool. I was not sure if that hit. So we have this flares mini game that we have to do. The intended way is to just use the tripwire and light all those on fire, but you can actually light the first 3 by lighting yourself on fire and then just running over them, which is more optimal. So we do that. I also don't want to step too I also don't want to step too far forward here because Chandler has a cutscene for me, but I don't want to hit it. So I'm trying to carefully position myself so I don't hit it, and I was successful in that, so that's good.
Yeah, it's not too hard to not hit, but every time you hit it, like not only is it slow, it also makes you feel a little bad.
Yeah, because then you have to either use the tripwire and walk it back, or light yourself on fire again, which is very slow because you have to wait for it to extinguish before you can do anything else. Blah blah blah.
There's a to be a
All right. And here we are heading on to our third of 4 boss fights, which is Mega Maki, a giant sushi serpent of sorts.
This is
all
the
right,
best boss
you know.
fight, and also my favorite
I
boss
can't
fight
make
because
them
it's the best boss fight. And I know Conception can agree with me.
Yeah, it's well, it's okay. I will say this: it is a really cool boss fight. I'm not gonna say it's not cool. It's super duper cool. Just watching a sushi dragon fly around and wreak havoc. But it is unfortunately one of the most annoying ones to optimize. Well, I'll go into it a little bit more when we're actually in the fight, but we have a little bit of an unskippable cutscene here, which I'm never mad about this cutscene because we get to hear Wiggle absolutely belt some tunes. So I'm gonna let Wiggle do her thing here for a second.
Oh, please. Ancient Bugsnax, can you hear me? Will you show yourself if you hear how much I need you? Will you show yourself if you hear my cry?
Bugsnax. Bugsnax. One dialogue thing I actually have to pick there, so that's good. Cannot miss that. One time I thought this was just a cutscene that played out endlessly. Forgot to hit that and then lost like 30 seconds because I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, I think we teased it a little bit as well. We have the DLC boss fight incentive that still needs to get met. I believe it's set at $25. If you'd like to see one additional boss fight that will happen after the end of this run, I highly suggest it, and I'll even tease it a little bit for you. It is a Bugsnax based off of a charcuterie board, so you'll probably want to see that. You'll probably want to see that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's the gimmick is you have to use the buggy ball. It's awesome.
Yes, you do have to use the buggy ball. Completely normal buggy ball.
There's nothing wrong with this buggy ball.
No.
Totally normal buggy ball.
All right, let's see.
Are you telling me that you only caught 3? This is not gonna be a 2 cycle?
Yeah, I'm not as good. I'm not as good at these boss fights as you are, Lemmy. I'm trying my best out here, you know. Did it collapse? Yeah, it did. I think. Yeah. All right, so let's try to
everyone
back
out there.
up.
A 2 cycle was probably enough.
All right, I got the backup, which is
It
good.
doesn't stop you from looking.
Yeah, so that was one of the annoying things that Mega Maki can do, by the way. He can throw. I'm actually stunned. Okay, there we go. He can throw. I'm not gonna get this. I don't think. I'm gonna go. Okay. Yeah, he could throw the Maki eggs at you, which is very annoying to deal with. Because they explode. Pillars like that one, which I was about to use, unfortunately, is now exploded. So we're just gonna be trying our best out here.
Tripwire on the ground. It'll still like knock up like the tripwire before you place it.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to go for a slower backup, which is here, in hopes that it doesn't explode my tripwire again. But it looks like we'll probably be fine. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, even though this is the third boss, it's still gonna be a while before the 4th boss or even like the end of the game. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, because we're all not only are we doing all 4 bosses, we are of course gonna eat the. Why can't I grab this? Okay, we still have to beat the game as well. All right, honestly, not too bad. I've had worse Mega Maki fights. I've had better Mega Maki fights, but I've had worse Mega Maki fights.
Oh, I've had worse Mega Maki fights.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take it.
We've all been there.
do this.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna work back to Snacksburg here. That is 3 of 4 boss fights done, and the last one we have is Daddy Cake Legs, which is going to be in Frosted Peak, that snowy area I was just talking to you about. And Slash was just in, where I caught the Stoodler and stuff like that. I'm taking a very wide path there to avoid a bunch of dialogue cutscenes. So if it looked like I was walking wrong, I kind of was, but it was necessary. Let's see. I'm seeing some good news that about some donations potentially.
Oh, Agabel, it's so good to see you. I can't believe you've been up here all
Well,
this
yeah,
time.
actually, quite
You're
do.
so,
Sorry to surprise you here, but I'm the new
That's
guy.
right.
Welcome, welcome to Bugsnax. I hope you're having a good time.
Yeah, you really.
Yeah. No, this has been a lot of fun to watch here. I do have actually something that concerns you, my good friend.
Okay.
I thought you would have asked
The
me.
$25
got Snorpy to
incentive
worry
to
about.
fight the DLC boss
Besides,
has been met.
wizard.
So you've got a little bit more game to play.
Oh yes, and that boss fight is so annoying. Get ready, everybody. I didn't want to say that.
Get ready for the totally normal buggy ball, everybody.
Yeah, totally normal buggy ball and totally normal boss fight. That's like I said, it's the longest boss fight of all 5. And yeah, there's a little I can do to control the length of the fight. Oops, I should probably start walking.
This is it.
So thank you so much for donating and making that happen, and especially towards No Kid Hungry. Wonderful cause, of course. So thank you so much to everyone who's donated so far throughout the marathon, and obviously specifically to make this incentive happen. We appreciate it. Perfect timing as well, because this is a little bit of a slower, specific, necessary part for me having to progress the story so I can get that last boss fight unlockable. So that was really good timing. Thank you for everyone who donated.
Yeah, just to
Alright.
put it into perspective, when we say it's the longest boss fight, we don't really have any control over how fast it goes. All the boss fights so far, and even the next one, we have a lot of control over how fast it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
Even if it's super luck based, it's a long fight.
It's very, very long, unfortunately. But not unfortunate for y'all, but fortunate for the speedrunner in me, you know. This is the last of 4 of the 4 base game boss fights, which is actually, this is the boss fight of all 4 that is the most optimizable, depending on how well I do. So let's see how it goes. But if you want to talk a little bit about the boss fight while I get it started.
Oh yes, my actual favorite boss fight.
Yes.
So if you've ever been to a birthday party, you've seen candles and cake. Yeah, so this is just a boss that's a multi-layered birthday cake. Candles that you have to light on fire. Oh, you got the first one? Yep.
Yep, I got the first quick cycle.
The fastest way to do this boss fight actually is, instead of using the tripwire to light the candles like you did with the flares, it's just faster to light yourself on fire and run around and all the candles and light all of them. It's very fun. It's very silly. It's super difficult to get for every single one. But
I got one wick
it's
on
always
this
worth
one.
going for. It saves a bunch of time. It's literally just faster healing before you get done, because you're just waiting on the animation to pop up.
Yeah, it literally loses no time to try, and it can only gain time. So we were able to get the quick cycle on fight 1. Fight 2, as you can see, it has 1 wick on each side. Fight 2, I got 1 of the wicks, but not the second one. And fight 3 only has 1 wick, so we'll see how I am able to do. Yeah, well, I've said that the past 2 marathon runs and then missed it both times, so let's see how it goes. Yeah.
I've not missed this last one in so long.
I think I got it though. Yeah, it has a visual glitch where it has 2 for a second, and then it's 1, and then it falls. So
Yeah, and you catch it with the net, and then everything's fine. But because we have to do the second fight, Snorpy's all the way over there, so we have to wait for him to come all the way back.
yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. All right.
We got it.
Yeah,
And
so we're immediately going to be doing a glitch again.
Yes. Immediately going out of bounds. That is all of the main. That is all 4 of the base game boss fights. So we have done them, and now it's time to glitch out of bounds again. So we're gonna throw a trap here. Go ahead.
I mentioned before that there is a 4th party that we can skip. This is the skip for that. The 4th party is just going to the point of no return, which is just going to the Bugsnax and finishing the game. We can skip doing that by just clipping through the door that is the point of no return. And then once it's here, we don't get a warning about, like, you can't do any more quests now. It's just gonna be sad, and you're gonna cry.
Yeah.
You're gonna be uncontrollably sobbing because you love the story of this game.
Yes, you will. Also, this is the point where I've seen a lot of people refer to it as where the Bugsnax all of a sudden questions as if it's a horror game or not. It's not. It's not a horror game. But I can see where people might think that based off of what happens in this section. So
no, it's a horror game. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared.
Be scared. Be scared. Yeah. So we're.
Request you go the wrong way.
No, I must not. I already passed it before you said it, so I didn't want to go back. But
you still go the wrong way now. But
I could, but I'm too concerned with being so fast. Okay, so we were talking about one last interview, right? Here's the actual last interview.
yeah,
It's right here.
No. Are you? Okay.
This one is the easiest one to do because I don't have to hold any directional buttons until the very end, so I can just mash all the way through this one.
What you?
But it is a lot of mashing. It's basically like a minute straight of mashing, which is a lot.
But somehow I pushed back. I made them into
All
me.
right, actually two more prompts in the interview, and then we can almost be done with mashing. We'll have one weird trick that occurs after this. So we'll have Eggabell come down here, and basically, as I'm about to transition away from this area to the next area by being yeeted, as it were, if I mash the action button, the talk button during that, I'll actually trigger a dialogue with Eggabell, and for some reason, that dialogue speeds up the loading by like 2 or 3 seconds. And I don't really know why, but it does.
Yeah. So if you like know any gay people and you support gay rights, there are actually someone screen right now. There's actually a gay right and a gay left. I waited all run to use that joke. I'm not gonna lie.
That's you. You have commentated so many Bugsnax runs of mine. You have never used that joke.
Yeah, I thought
that
of
is
like,
fresh material.
Like yesterday.
Wow, fresh material live on the Speedgaming channel. Unbelievable. So yeah, we're getting ready to head to the Gauntlet, which is kind of the in-game sequence of the run.
Yeah, hopefully we could get this cheeky little skip
Gotta get back
where
to Snacksburg as fast as
will
we
jump on
can.
the signpost and then jump on the tree and then jump on the tree.
Nope.
I'm a liar.
The poll was being cheeky instead, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Not getting that maybe loses a second. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's way cooler.
But it's still really funny.
It's way cooler when you hit it because you parkour across the treetops. It looks way cooler as opposed to me getting absolutely swatted by a fence post and then falling down. But yeah, here's the Gauntlet. So basically this is an in-game sequence where it's kind of like a, we have to escape kind of sequence. I'm not going to go into why. Play the game so you can learn the story because this game is incredible. But yeah, it's basically an in-game sequence here where we're given 6 mini challenges that utilize the same tools that we've been using all game with slightly different variations. Some of them are optimizable and some of them are not. For example, this one is optimizable actually. You want to try and get, basically there's 2 waves of 6 Strabbies here that we're going to try and capture, and you want to be able to destroy them as fast as possible. And I did pretty good with that actually. No, I got the buddy where you going, but that's okay.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna let it too fast. Yeah. Yeah.
A good half of them are optimizable, the other half are not, and it's very sad.
Yep, this one is also optimizable. The game intends for you to fight these Bugsnax head on, but if you hit them from the side, you can knock them all out in one punch. Well, almost one punch, I guess.
One grapple man. It's like the anime.
Yeah, one grapple man. Voiced by Max Middleman, who voices Philbo, by the way.
Is that real?
That is real.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't lie to you. Absolutely would
I
not
feel
lie
bad.
to
I
you.
would totally lie to you, especially if it's funny.
But this is funny and true, and that's the best. Yeah, the voice actor Phil Bilbo plays One Punch Man is the same voice actor. So this game actually has quite an incredible voice cast. A lot of famous people, a lot of famous voice actors at the very least. Sam Riegel voices. Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome. Sam Riegel voices Gramble from Critical Role, if you're familiar with that. There's also like Fred Tatasciore, Yuri Lowenthal, who voices like the video game Spider-Man, the newer Spider-Mans, Peter Parker specifically. Yeah, a lot of great voice actors in this game, which is cool.
Relocating.
Yeah, if it's kind of not obvious, this is not optimizable. We're just waiting for all the Bugsnax to float slowly down. Take their little sweet time.
In fact, this is so unoptimizable that I actually don't have to destroy the Bugsnax here at all. And it would be the same amount of time, but it's more fun to click buttons than it isn't. So I always click the buttons.
Yeah, I also don't like in this section when all the purposes open their mouth big and wide to eat all the Bugsnax. It makes me very upset.
It is a little alarming. I will have
but
to
I don't
agree
know
with
why I
that.
played the game.
Yeah. Let's see. That looks good. I jumped there specifically so I get wedged in between those two planks of wood, which puts me ever so slightly closer to the next challenge while in a cutscene. So that's just a little bit of optimization. Probably saves a second or two at most if you nail it. So pretty good.
If you're learning this game, that is something that is definitely not necessary to know.
No, please don't don't. Why? Okay.
Huh?
You saw that, right?
I saw that. You're clicking all your buttons.
Yeah. I was like, please. All right, let's see if we can
They're
get
just
out.
trolling you at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit trolled. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you talk about barrels while I try to rectify the situation.
Barrels is terrible and it sucks. Basically, you're using the launch pad to fling these exploding barrels to destroy all of these Bugsnax, and if you time it right and position it right, you can get all of them at the same time with just one barrel, and that's kind of the fastest way to do it. Because every few waves there's like it checks to see if they're all like dead before they can send more. And as long as they're all dead as quickly as possible, then it won't really
That's not gonna
matter.
hit.
Is that gonna hit? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. They trolled me a lot. That was.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm not one who tends to like to blame the game before my tricks failing.
No, blame
but
the game. Blame the
that
game.
That one was the game's fault for sure. Like I was slamming on my aim button and it just would not lock off of that cheap poof on the first wave, and then I was trying to lock on to the last cheap poof and it just would not lock on for some reason. But that's all right. I probably lost maybe, I don't know, 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Yeah,
there.
it doesn't lose that much time, but it feels way worse than it actually is. Because
Yeah.
of that, like invisible timer.
Yeah, it feels bad, but we're doing pretty good. This one, I guess, is technically optimizable by knowing the spawn patterns of the Bugsnax, but like even if you don't know the spawn patterns, you can just react in real time and it's fine.
Yeah, it will lose maybe half a second if you don't know.
Yeah.
Reacting.
And also, you don't even have to destroy them all. It's just ever so slightly faster if you do. Here we go. And then as you can see, obviously, we're just using the same buggy ball we used earlier, but it has spikes now, so it's dangerous.
Yeah, this isn't that optimizable. The next one isn't very optimizable either. So I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna catch you off guard. Follow twitch.tv/Conception.
Woo! You're doing it now.
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Wow.
Usually do it different.
We do usually do it differently, but we're doing it now. Yeah. And follow Limga_SSB, right? That's the Twitch channel.
I won't let them take my guard.
I hope I got it right.
Hardly any garden left.
There's enough. I still got my special sauce, fresh grown.
All right, so this part is not technically optimizable, but it also kind of is. So all we need to do is like sling some sauce to have the Bugsnax run into each other. So the optimization here is just simply putting the sauce in the middlemost part of the area so that they run into each other as fast as possible. This one has 2 waves on the side, so I kind of throw some sauce on each side so that they kind of chase each other. Sometimes that happens where they interlock with each other and you just have to wait for them to explode on their own. Nothing you can do about it. Please explode. Thank you.
Sorry, I was having trouble with Xfinity.
Xfinity. It happens.
You guys just used it for a count.
Yes, good. I'm glad I didn't miss that. Good. Ooh, and I got Wambus with the sauce too.
You got Wambus, yeah.
Got Wambus.
Yes, sir.
So we're approaching the end of the run, probably like a minute and change left of this one, and then we will obviously have the incentive that you all were so generous to donate for, the last boss fight. But yeah, this run was pretty good. Had I not had that mishap with the Razzby, we'd probably be on world record pace right now, actually.
Yeah, Conception is the most consistent gamer of all time, that's all I'm gonna say.
And actually, also, this gauntlet was bad. So if the gauntlet was normal and the Black Razzby was normal, I probably would have gotten like a 51 something, maybe.
Listen, the gauntlet was pretty good, okay?
Well, let's see. I'll tell you how much time I lost on this gauntlet compared to my PB once it's over.
It was pretty good, especially for my standards.
It was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It was pretty good. Here, I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. I'll tell you how much time I lost. Let's see.
Ooh, it keeps going up. It keeps going up. I don't like this.
Yeah, I lost 14 seconds on the gauntlet there.
Ooh, it was a good gauntlet. It was a good gauntlet.
It was, yeah, it was fine. It was still fine. I'm gonna grab a shell. Thank you. One of the unwritten rules of Bugsnax, you gotta hit Philba with the shell at the end.
I know.
I took that a little extra slow to make sure I didn't accidentally hey buddy myself. We referred to that as hey buddy because you can accidentally pick a wrong option there and it sends you back to before the gauntlet, which loses 10 minutes at least. So
yeah,
time is coming up, by the way. Time is coming up. And time.
GG's.
There it is. Yeah, that's a 53:27 is a pretty dang good run. Actually, as of like 2 weeks ago, it would have been world record. But
you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It's still better than my time loadless, I think.
Loadless? Oh, wow. And that's 53 including loads. But yeah, so that was a pretty dang good run. No complaints from me. And we get to enjoy some credits here. You know, I know we got to get set up for the next boss fight here. So I'll quit to title here. And I actually got to download load here. So I have it. Let's see, just need to add one in here. I believe this is right. Yes, that's good. So now we're gonna load the game in. This is, it takes us right to the DLC island. The Isle of Bugsnax is what the DLC is called. The island itself specifically is called Broken Tooth. This is actually a 100% save file. It's actually my fiance's 100% save file that we had saved from a long time ago. But I'm gonna come down here and do the boss fight real quick. As I teased, it is a giant charcuterie board called Cheddar Bortle Rex. It's a very... I don't know if annoying is the right word, because it's not like, again, it's not in my control, so there's not much I can do here. But yeah, so here's the boss fight. Cheddar Bortle Rex, it's a charcuterie board with a giant glass dome. So first things first is we have to get rid of that dome before we can even do anything to it. And then also the gimmick of the Isle of Bugsnax, it's right there in the title, you might be able to guess it, is that you need to be able, all the Bugsnax on this island are giant, as you can tell. So you need to also shrink them down before you can do anything with them. Oh, this is gonna interfere, I bet. No, we're good.
I hate seeing this boss fight because it makes me really want, you know, the Taco Bell like Cinnabon balls.
Yes, it looks exactly like those. These are cheese orbs, luckily, not Cinnabon orbs. Please. Okay, so, oh wait, no, that counted. Okay, we're good. You're seeing exactly why this boss fight is annoying and out of my control in real time. So as you can see, there's these 3 Cheddar Bortles that are kind of just floating around here. And if the other Ched orbs get in the way and make it difficult for me, then the hits that I'm launching just won't count, and I have to wait for Cheddar Bortle to pick up another one, try it again. It gets very slow. But that's phase 1. I think this fight has 4 phases, if I'm not mistaken. Phase 1 down. Shrink that one. Shrink one of these. Please pick it up, thank you. Shrink that one too. Yeah, the game, yeah, this boss fight is not particularly kind, let's say. So
asking in chat about how to get to Broken Tooth. You can explain the right, because we actually really matter.
Yeah. So, the DLC is unlockable kind of like 3/4-ish into the game. You have to basically the qualifiers are you have to complete a certain amount of the main story, and you have to complete a few specific character side quests. Specifically, it has to be Triffany, Shelda, Floofty, and Chandler, I believe. So you have to do all of their side quests as well, and then the and Snorpy. It might not be Chandler, it might be Snorpy. I can't remember. Yeah, it might be both. So it's like 5 or 6 different side quest lines, so it takes some time, and you also have to progress the story far enough for it to count as well. So once that happens, Snorpy will be like, "Hey, meet me over at Simmering Springs," and he'll kind of give you the quest line for the DLC.
Also, Simmering Springs is not a place we went to this run. It was the only place we didn't go to this run.
Yeah, Simmering Springs is the only biome we did not go to this run. It's also the first one that's unlocked once you get to Stacksburg, which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah, so for those of you who are just watching this run, you guys might be a little confused.
Did that count?
But trust me, it makes sense.
No, it did not count. Even though there was no interference there, it just did not hit the boss. So yeah, all the first 3 phases are kind of the same. I had to shrink down a few Chet Orbs to break open the
what happened?
Okay, alright, that's cool. Yeah, so you're seeing exactly in real time why this boss fight is frustrating, because little things like that happen all the time. Chet Orbs get in the way. He throws rocks at you as you're trying to hit him, and so he kind of like takes your ammo away from you. Did that not hit? Did that not hit? I don't think that hit.
Shot.
I don't think that hit.
He was right there.
It's
right
literally
there.
on top of him. It's literally on
still
top.
there. He's stuck up there.
Oh my gosh. Chaos. Absolute chaos. That counted. Okay.
Okay, if that didn't count, he also got stuck up there. I would have been like actually like upset for you.
And you know it counts because he destroys the one that you just launched from. So that's how you know for sure. But I also just listened for the glass cracking.
Don't worry, my excuse is I don't have game audio. So.
Yeah. That also didn't count. Yeah, I think he blocked it with the projectile rocks he's throwing. Also, you can get hit by these rocks, but all it does is annoy you because we don't have health in this game. It's not like you can die or anything. So it's just being annoying. Imagine.
That'd be pretty funny.
How? So for some reason, this whole fight, these Chet Orbs are not locking onto the boss. So like, part of it is like usually when you launch the thing, it locks to the boss immediately, so you get the hit. But like, I've had like 5 or 6 hits that have not locked, and they just go sailing. Ouch. Yep. That hit. Okay, so that's phase 3 done, and the Chet Orbs finally leave. And then we get to use our good pal, the Buggy Ball. But it ain't no normal Buggy Ball. It ain't no normal Buggy Ball. It's a giant Buggy Ball. Look how huge it is. Okay, that's what? Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. No, it's not fine, but we're gonna try and make it work. It works. Cool. Almost saved it. So the 4th and final phase here, you have to solve this little Buggy Ball puzzle while Chet Orb is kind of like messing with you. Luckily, it's a pretty simple puzzle to do. You just kind of have to get through it. What? What's happening? All right.
Nothing bad happens here.
No, nothing bad happens here besides it's just Cheddar Bortle really messing with you. And there we go. And it launches for the final hit. And then all we gotta do is shrink them and catch them. It's the shrink. And the catch. And that is the end of the DLC boss fight, which was especially trolly. So thank you for that, Cheddar Portal Rex. But for everybody who donated for that incentive, thank you so much. We really appreciate you donating and raising some funds for No Kid Hungry here. A very noble cause. I already shouted out limga_SSB, twitch.tv/limga_SSB. Incredible commentary as always. Also an incredible Bugsnax speedrunner. If you like Bugsnax, by the way, me and Limga are going to be doing a category we created called All Bosses in quotes co-op for this upcoming SGDQ. Actually, so
yeah,
if you're
it's the dream team of the labber of all time and the console runner of all time.
Exactly. It's literally, and we're working together. We're not working against each other. It's literally the ideal situation. So, we're the second run of the event, second overall run. So we're on the first day. So come and check us out. We appreciate that.
Right after Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, we're right after Sonic Frontiers, which is also an incredible game. So like you can't really go wrong. So come check us out then. If you're interested in Bugsnax speedrunning any of the categories, speedrun.com/Bugsnax. We can get you all the resources and you can join the Discord there, ask any questions that you might have. We are the friendliest group in speedrunning, as I like to say. We are so willing to help out anybody who needs help, so come on by and check us out. Any percent, by the way, is like 15 minutes, so it's a very short run and it's a very easy to learn run. So the barrier to entry is quite low, so come check us out sometime. We would appreciate it. Let's see, am I missing anything, Lemmy?
Follow Conception on Twitch. That's it. That's all I can think of.
All right, I guess you could do that as well. Follow me on Twitch. I'm not even streaming as much as I used to nowadays, just with the life. But yeah, come check me out sometime. I'll be doing.
Also Awfully Silly.
Yes. Oh yeah, I should talk. Yeah, I also am a showrunner of a GDQ hotfix show called Awfully Silly. If you really like awful or silly blocks in marathons, we take that and we put it in the prime time every other Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll give you a little tease. The episode coming up this coming Monday, 2 days from now ish, is all Barbie games. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to that. So come and check that out. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we've taken up enough time. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, thank you to the Speedgaming staff for having us. We appreciate it, and keep donating for No Kid Hungry. We appreciate it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.